Hello and welcome to Imagination Station. We are Tidal Tales. This workshop is called Seals and Snow, and we are so excited to go on a musical, magical adventure with you today. So we're going to be travelling from Scotland to Canada, and we'll be going through the cold sea. So let's have a big stretch out, big seal yawn, get nice and warm, and then shake off all the water from our fur. And now we're ready. So this is a move along session. So when you hear me say, and the wind it roared, I want you to see your roariest face and roariest claws, and the waves they soared, we do some big nice wave movements with our arms. So let's get started with this story. We've got our special storybook here. This first story is about the Selkie people from Scotland, and it happens a long time ago, and the Selkie people were humans when they were on land. And when they went into the sea, they would wrap themselves up in a big warm coat and they would magically transform into seals. On rugged shores of pebble and sand, where children dance and stones stand, and seals lay basking in the sun, begins this tale, O little one. There was a man whose beard was red, a great seal hunter, it was said, who cast his net one day and caught a seal so fast and fierce it fought. The seal broke free, but with a wound, into the depths, into the gloom. And back to the shore the hunter lopes, his heart as heavy as his ropes. And the wind it roared, and the waves they soared. The night seemed sound without a care, but magic combed its golden hair. As midnight struck, and at his door, a stranger never seen before, all wrapped in fur and beckoning, the hunter sensed a reckoning, and followed him to water's edge, where both dived off the rocky ledge, and the wind it roared, and the waves they soared, down, down, and down, and down again, far deeper than he could ever ken, and through these murky waters churned, both men were into seals turned. And as water turns from blue to green, an underwater world is seen, a submarine palace all aglow, with gentle souls, with spirits low. And there he meets the wounded seal, whose wound he has been brought to heal. He lays on his hand, and the wound is gone. But the hunter is troubled as he travels home, and he swears to himself that from this day, no harm from his kin will go the Selkie's way. I think that is such a lovely story. And this next story comes from right across the ocean from Canada, but it's also about magical seals. Across the ice, all wrapped in snow, where whales breathe high and pulses slow, a special old woman and a special young boy, with hard work wove their hearts with joy. And the wind, it roared, and the waves, they soared. Seal hunters dealt this boy unkindly, words and ways that hurt his heart mightily. But though the day was still and the weather fair, magic combed its raven hair. The old grandmother had star-kissed eyes, a generous mind and heart as wide as the skies, spells in her fingers, magic to the bone. She turned boy into seal, he swam far from home, and the wind it roared, and the waves they soared. Those magical fingers summoned up a storm. Electric waves and water caverns were born. The seal hunters swallowed and vanished at sea, and Seal Boy turned back and home in time for tea. So unkindness never pays, and can sometimes be deadly, and old women, sea and magic is a powerful medley. There's magic in everyone, you and me, especially when we're close to the deep, dark sea. And the wind, it roared, and the waves, they soared. So you can just continue this movement while we sing you a song. You could even add some extra ones like a little fish.
Or you could be a seal, maybe.
I think I can hear a selkie singing now.
Hey-ya-hee-oh, hey-ya-hee-ya-hee-oh, hi-hee-oh. I am a man upon the land, I am a selkie in the sea, and when I'm far and far from land, my dwelling is in Solskjaer, and it shall come to pass on a summer's day, as the sun shines hot on every stone, that I will take my little son and teach him for to swim the foam. I am a man upon the land, I am a selkie in the sea, and when I'm far and far from land, my dwelling is in Solskjaer. Hey-ya-hee-oh, hey-ya-hee-ya-hee-oh, hi-hee-oh. I hope you enjoyed that song from Scotland. Now, let's go on an adventure using our imaginations. You can do this sitting or standing, it's up to you. If you're ready, let's take a nice deep breath in together. Close our eyes. Right. We're going to dive deep, down, 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 and down again into the depths of the sea. Oh, it's lovely and warm down here. Let's go for a swim. What can you see? Fish, every colour. Blues and greens and pinks and golds, shining and shimmering. I can see sea creatures, turtles, jellyfish, sea anemones, seahorses. There, vivid, vivid green seaweed waving in the water. Let's take some breaths here and let our breaths float up and down with the water. And with our last breath, let's go up, 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 out of the water. I can feel the sun's warmth on my face, and as I open my eyes, I can see it glistening on the water.
Oh, that just makes me want to go and draw a picture of all the exciting things we saw underwater, with paints or with crayons.
Yes, it does. And if you're going to use paints, make sure you ask an adult first.
Well, it's been so lovely going on this musical, magical adventure with you today. We'll see you again.